All right, and we're on, man. So hey, so what's going on, man? How you doing with all this virus shit going on?
This is something amazing, and it's amazing and crazy, dude. One, we work with sports, so
Yeah.
with this virus, it's like, wow, this is amazing. First time for everything, but this is definitely amazing to see the whole world go through this. Everybody is, everybody's locked down. You can't do nothing. I'm surprised. We still doing something, and we got something going on. To keeping us, still working. But I know there's other people that lost their jobs, and that's too bad, man.
Who knew that esports would fucking swing in and actually like do something? You know what I mean? Like I remember when it was just starting, I was like who's gonna bet on video games? And then hey, what do I know, right?
Hey, I think hey, and I love it. I love it. I think this is great, man. Because you know, I was brought up playing video games, and I've been watching the whole, let's say, from the beginning of video games, where you got like Tecmo Bowl, and then you got the John Madden, and where the technology's at right now, where you can put something out, on the you can put it out, and the customers are gonna go ahead and play and bet on it.
Yeah.
It's so realistic now,
Yeah,
So
right?
I think it's really cool in that aspect, with the video games still going on.
But
That's
you
I think.
you grew up in the States, right?
Yeah, I grew up in New York, in Long Island, New York.
Oh shit. All right. So you're
Yeah,
straight up New York and shit. So you
yeah.
pretty much so you've been playing since like Atari.
Yeah, I've been playing since like the first game. Yeah, I mean, definitely, man. I remember, always being a young kid. My brother, my older brother Gary, and we have friends, and we definitely played outside and had our fun. And then when you get home late at night,
Hmm.
or late night, you got your arcade video games there. That you go in and you start playing video games at night. And yeah, we saw everything come in. Like, we had the Atari, and then we had what came in, the ColecoVision. Everything started coming in,
Yeah, ColecoVision.
Sega. Everything started coming in, and my brother was definitely on top of all the video games, because he definitely had, we definitely had everything,
Hmm.
which it was great. You know what I mean? And now where it's at, I'm like, okay, cool. I still like the video games.
Yeah, I still kick with it. I got my PS4 here. I still play Madden all the time. I'll bust out a couple other games, mostly role playing. I know everything now is like Call of Duty, but I'm still for me the best first shooter game is Bond, man. GoldenEye for N64. That's my jam. Like that is my jam. I love that fucking system. I love the game. I can play it for hours. Nothing stops me, man.
I don't know. I'm more into like sports games, like you said, like the Job Madden or the
Hmm.
basketball game, the NBA 2K. I'm into the sports games. And then, I mean, I don't really have the time that I did back in the days.
Yeah.
Now I might, once in a while, I might throw it in and just play a game. Which the other day I'm like, what, let me play a little game. And I went into the NBA 2K, and I went back on the classic basketball
Hmm.
games, where I set up, let's say, the New York Knicks versus the Chicago Bulls, and it was a good time, just playing those games. I'm just amazed that I could still play those video games with those players from back in the day still being in the game, you know, being able to
And
go ahead.
yeah, no, no, my bad, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt. And it's just you and your brother, or is there more?
Where me, no, right now just me. I'm here alone. I'm right now here with I got my girl, my kid right now.
No, no. When you were growing up, like, was it just is
Oh,
it just you and your brother, or like you, your brother, and your parents, or is
yeah,
there
no,
more?
yeah. Oh no, no, there's definitely more. It's me, my older brother, and then
Uh
we
huh.
had I have a like let's say I got another brother named Jonathan, and a younger one named Kevin. Uh, they played video games, but it was just me and my brother, because we were at a different age group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were much younger, so. But yeah, we have two other younger brothers,
Did
and
did
they
he
just.
also play football like you?
No, the youngest brother that we have was really good. He was a really good athlete, but he just didn't continue going to school. You know what I mean? So
Oh man.
yeah, but he was definitely a good athlete. He just, like I said, I don't know. He went his own different route, and he
Hmm.
works. He has his own little business, and he does his own thing now. So yeah,
So you were playing since the States though. You were playing in high school and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. I started playing like right into like junior high school. I started playing with my friends, the neighborhood. My friends from my neighborhood.
Hmm.
And a friend of mine, Derek, he was like, "Hey man, why don't you come out and try out for the team, man?" And I'm like, "Well, I mean, cause like I was a young, let's say, Spanish kid, and out there, and I still have my friends, and I lived in a cool neighborhood. It was all mixed cultures.
Hmm.
So my boys like, hey, why don't you come out and try out? And I'm like, all right, man, let's go check it out.
All
I mean,
right.
if you're saying let's do it, let's go check it out. I'm gonna go with you. So I went with my boy to, I got on the team, and then I did
Hmm.
my trial. I made the team, and then believe it or not, I had a lot of speed. I ran track.
Hmm.
So when I went in, I started playing. I played like a running back or a swing back. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And and I always played the outside linebacker. So it was pretty cool. I mean, and then playing, let's say out there in New York with all my friends, what I liked about it was that I had a lot of friends that was pretty good all around. I had a lot of competition, and when you wanted to play, you had to be really good to play with in these games. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was focused on learning a lot of every position that I was able to learn and pay attention and just play because I'm playing somewhere. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna stop me. I'll play tight end if I have to. I know how to play receiver. I'm not, it would just have to practice, and start doing it, and get
Yeah.
used to it. But a running back or fullback is get the ball and try to make a play,
Hmm.
which is
Yeah. Exactly.
you got to just play the game. You got to be tough, have speed, and smart, and go ahead and try to make plays. Which
In
is
high. Uh huh. Sorry. Go
go
on.
ahead. Which to me that's a little easier positions to go ahead and if you're good, you're going.
Hmm. Now,
It's not
in
that
high
much.
school, did you have the hard coach that was just screaming and screaming and screaming, so you guys did like fall into place and do your job, or did you have a player coach? And also, like, what kind of coaches did you like to play with? Like, even though you can have like the screaming coach, did you always like the player coach better? Did you like to like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, definitely. Because I tell you this, I played. My coach was a strict coach. He was real strict. Which that was to me that was great because, like I said, I mean, to me it showed a lot of discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I learned a lot of other positions. Just paying attention in practice. Just watching other kids or other coaches or just being involved all around, and this coach being strict, and you learning it. Like I said, I mean, yeah, he was very strict. Everything had to get done. Your practices, everything if you wanted to play. And then that was early young high school, junior high school, when you had these strict coaches.
Hmm.
When you leave, when I left, let's say I left high school, I didn't go straight to college. I had me a job. My coach was like, you have time. So I started doing my thing, working, and had my girl, had my girl. So I was working, doing my thing. I started playing on, in the semi-pro football team, where that's where the coaching was a little different. Like you said, it was more of a player coach, where it was kind of like, let me loose, do your
Hmm.
thing. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Just play ball, react to the. I mean, I know how to play. I had to just react, go make a play, don't get burnt. I mean, obviously, you know what I'm saying. Everybody's out there competing, so
Yeah.
at that level, it was trying to make who make more tackles, who got an interception, who returned the ball back. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
which it was a lot of competition where it was cool, and it was like, go ahead, do your thing. Not that strict coach. I mean, the coach was good, but it was more like, it was like, go ahead, let's say like, you're a grown man, do your thing, be
Yeah.
responsible. You know what I'm saying? Which that was pretty cool. And then after that, it been cool. You know what I'm saying? But I did have the strict coach, which I learned a lot from that. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Because for me, when it comes to like USA football, I base
Yeah.
everything like off movies, man. Those are my, now I'm learning more stories because I met Marcel, who played on Raptors, who also did high school. I talked with Arturo, and now like hearing stuff from you. So like I'm always hearing what it's like over there. Because put it this way, my school, when we started the football team, it was me and a group of friends going to like the gym coach and saying, "Hey man, we want to start a football team." And he's like, "All right, well, if you get X amount of players, I'll coach and we'll see what we can do." So we were like, all right. So like the first year we played, like that, like we just got everyone together. Nobody knew anything. And I'm in high school. Like I played Madden. I knew positions, but I didn't know technique. I didn't know the jobs. I didn't know what was supposed to be done. Like I was 5'4", maybe like a buck 50, buck 60, all skinny and shit. Because I used to play corner. Once I learned how to play, I went to corner. Because coming to my next question, I'm just gonna answer this one real fast. My the guy that got me into football, little lone Joe Montana, was Charles Woodson. So Woodson for
Okay.
me, he's like my man. He got me into Michigan. He got me to play corner. He like that's my guy, right? But
Yeah.
before that, my one story that I have that I smashed my friend. I smashed him in fucking practice. Is I go to end and no, everyone's confused, man. It's like it's literally having 16-year-olds, but it's Pop Warner knowledge. Like nobody knows. Everyone's just showing up. We put on pads. We're seeing what the so I line up at end because I know that's just rush the quarterback. This little guy comes up to me tight end. He's like, "Who am I blocking?" I'm like, "That guy." He's like, "Okay." So fucking I'm coming from the right. So I'm going on his blind side. Guy, I saw my friend hold the ball and do the Friday Night Lights where you see the back arch, and I just
Yeah.
smashed him.
Yeah.
And then like from there, like there's a couple stories here and there, but I just laugh at how like I see the movies and I'm like, is that shit real? And people tell me yes. Now, do you have a football story that you could like tell me about? Like one that you're just like, man, I can't believe this happened. Nothing too crazy, but like
No, no,
some that
no.
you remember.
I mean, I have a couple of memories that I have, just playing, let's say here in the league, let's say in the Costa Rican league, man. I mean, out
Hmm.
here it's been great, man. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
even when we started with the team, the Sharks, the Sharks was for some reason, I mean, it was an aggressive team that had some decent players, that had decent talent. They just needed to come, more to practice, and which some came, but we needed everybody, to
Yeah.
be a nice solid team. That was just my opinion was just lack of let's say commitment from the players. But besides that, we had some really good games. We had really good games against, let's say, the Raptors. When I remember playing, like I said, that game we were playing against the Raptors. I think we were losing or something like that, but we needed to get the ball back. And you guys, your little running back, this kid, what was his name? That kid comes around that corner.
Which
And,
one though, Watson or Leo? Those are the two. Remember,
no,
we had Captain America as the fullback, and then we had Watson running.
yeah, but no, it was not Watson because I know Watson. It was a little white boy. What's his name? But he was
That's
the Costa
Leo.
Leo.
Leo, yeah.
But no, but Leo's not the linebacker kid, right?
Yeah, he played
No,
linebacker
okay, yeah,
and running
yeah.
back for us.
Yeah,
That's
but
the thing.
it wasn't him. It was that kid that played quarterback. What was his name? The little Machillo kid.
Okay, you're talking. No, the last year I played, we had Tank as quarterback. That was the
Yeah,
last year of the Sharks. We had Tank running. He got like
yeah.
9 touchdowns.
No, no, no. I mean, no, but we definitely had some great games against, let's say, the Raptors. I remember the beginning. What was you at? Let's say at the beginning, you guys played the first year when we played in over there. I want to say is by the Panasonic.
No, me and my brother found out about the league, like, I think after the championship happened. Like, the Black Gators
Okay.
was still
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
Ray
Yeah.
was still with them and everything. Like,
Okay.
they were just starting to get into that drama to split
All
up
right.
when Dale
Okay.
created
Okay.
Raptors.
All right. No, no,
Yeah.
yeah, because I remember that game and that season. Let's say that was season one of the whole thing getting
Hmm.
started. Where Dale did have Dale had the dragons. The
Yeah,
dragons.
that's right.
Yeah, the dragons was looking all stacked the fuck up, looking nice. Dale was out there looking good too. And anyway, so we playing the game and they were not a bad team. It was practically we. I remember that Dale played, and I'm telling Dale was like, "Hey, I'm out there running the ball." Dale, I'm like, Dale, you're gonna get your shit broke the fuck up. Yo, I remember this kid. He runs this play. He runs a play, but he runs like a 24 blast. And you're Rob. I see this. I see Dale coming, so I'm like, yeah, And plus Dale, cool kid. I love Dale. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
hell of
yeah,
a
yeah.
coach. Everything. At that moment, we were playing. You know what I'm saying? So it was like my chance to fucking level this dude because to me, I mean, he was always like exercising this, which is great. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, it was like, okay, we playing. This is game time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And here he comes, and I'm like, here I come. I blasted the shit out of Dale. You know what I'm saying? Stopped them, stopped them. They turned the ball over, whatever it was. Anyway, we won, and we go to the fucking. I think we go to the playoffs, or we advance, or we beat Dale,
Hmm.
or we go
Hmm.
to the championship. But and then, you know, later on that night, I talked to Dale. That was my boy. So we talked. Dude's like, yo, man, you fucking broke my motherfucking neck. I'm like, what? I'm He's like, he said he had his he said he had his neck, bro. I'm like, yeah, I felt so bad, dude. I'm like, holy shit, this dude there. And I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that scared me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, that was scary. I mean, he told me like, hey, Charlton, you broke my neck, man. I'm like, come on, Dale, I don't want to hear that shit. You know
Right.
what I mean? You know what I mean? But I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? That was one of the, let's say that was like the story that I'm like, wow, out here playing in the league,
I
with
the,
Dale.
the one things I remember about the Sharks is one, I actually had this video where I sacked Art, which is pretty
Yeah.
funny. And then he looked at me, he's like, now I remember why I hate you. But it was my first game in. Yo, Clifford blew me up, throws me on the ground, right? And I'm like just lying there like this for some strange reason. And this is like 3rd and 3. Whoever was your running back runs right beside me. I just go, with my arm, trip him up fourth. He goes to 4th and goal.
Uh,
I remember that. And then I remember you guys always had the reputation of fighting every game. Every game, someone would be fighting. Somebody,
somebody,
whether it's with each other or another team, someone was
yeah.
fighting.
Well, see, that was the crazy. That was what was crazy, because I mean, you had your players that was like, let's say, really amped, ready to play some hard nosed football, which that was Maynard.
Hmm.
Remember Maynard? Maynard was
Hmm.
my
Yeah,
other.
I remember him.
Maynard was my boy, middle linebacker, played next to me too. That kid, he was a beast. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And he really played ball. So when you play ball, you gotta let him play ball. And okay, sometimes whatever he go overboard, which we would let him know. But and then we had the, let's say, the younger players, or let's say younger, but not even younger. The the
Yeah.
the players, the new players that will come in, and then guess what? From them not being at practicing, or just learning the shit, which I guarantee whoever sees this, or whoever, what, they have to agree to it, because now, let's say now at this time in life, if you still playing football, the stuff that you learn, and if you, that's so good, the stuff that you learn, the stuff that you learn, and you put it into practice, it's gonna make you a better player. You know what I'm saying? You should be. You
Yeah,
should.
for
You
sure.
should. You should definitely now at this time playing football, they should at least be dominated the league. You know what I'm saying? Hello, what's his name?
Yeah, Gabriel. He always
Gabriel.
just pops in. What's up, big man?
So good.
He's hungry. Yeah, I'm like, yo, go to mama. Yeah, no, man. It's the one thing that I noticed is that's the problem everyone has in this country, which
Yeah.
is no one was going to practice. I think a lot of teams try to change that culture. I know a lot of them actually have people showing up now. I was actually going to ask you about that when you went to Toros. What was
Yeah.
the different in culture that you saw, like going from one team to the next? Like I understand organization and stuff, but even
Yeah.
like the attitude and the people and everything, it was all just different.
Yeah, it was definitely, man. It was definitely different because now, I'm going to, let's say that organization, the Toros,
Hmm.
Scotty's team, the
Hmm.
Toros team, so I mean, because I played football before. You played football before. I'm gonna go play football with a real quarterback, a kid,
Yeah.
Scott. Scott's a quarterback. I give him. I knew Scott from before this league, so I already knew he was already a quarterback, and we played flag football way before this. So
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, when I went to play at the Toro, I said, yeah, I'm playing with somebody who knows what the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
He is the coach of this team. I'm coming to come. We talked. He said, yo, come play middle linebacker. And then cool. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
My job. Let's go play middle linebacker. Let's win the championship. First year I got there, we were busting ass. You know what I'm saying? We made it to the championship. Just like we
Yeah.
played. Yeah, we played football, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching that game first year. It's like, so we go. We go. We playing in a, like I said, in a definitely good organization. The Toros, running,
Hmm.
Scotty running the team. We busting ass. We definitely got some good players all around. I go in. I fill a position that was, let's say, it was open there, and we go and we still make it. We make it to the finals against the Bulldogs. And that
Yeah.
game, it was a hell of a game, man. I mean, that game was good,
Yes.
hell of a game. And then, let's say couple minutes left in the game where I'm watching, Scotty out there doing his thing. I mean, regardless, we go out there, we stop him, we do our job. We get this,
Hmm.
we get Scotty the ball back. It's like good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, man, my boy got the ball, do your thing, and you know if he calls out my number, I go out there and I do whatever he needs me to do, with either block or here's
Exactly.
a play or do something or whatever. I'm ready. He knows it. Regardless, he's out there doing his thing. He just moving that ball downfield. We're there in Kutimonge, and I'm like, yeah, there you go. I'm in the sideline watching this. I'm like, okay, good, man. We're about to, in my head, we're about to kick this field goal, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, and win this. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, he comes out the huddle with a play. It's cool, whatever. I'm like, I got full respect for my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So he's gonna do whatever he's gotta do. He knows what he's doing.
Hmm.
Whatever. Ball snaps, play goes, boom. Fucking Dean picks it off in the back of the end zone, and that was it. Game's over. You know what I'm saying? The next
Yeah.
season, which it was cool. That was a hell of a season. And then the following season after that, where I mean, that year we won the championship. We went back again to the championship, and that was a hell of a season too with the Toros because we went out there and it was like what I'm saying, the real stuff. We practice is at 5 in the morning at this fucking this box. We're gonna do that CrossFit. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm old as hell. But I'm down. I'm like, all right, cool. This dude is like, yo, 5 in the morning. I'm like, damn, 5 in the morning. I'm like, cool, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? I go out there, you got your team out there. You know what I'm saying? You got your ballers out there. So guess what? You get motivated. And like I
Hmm.
said, I mean, the team knows. I mean, I'm one of the oldest dude out there, but I was still out there pushing myself. And that year, like I said, that year we happened to play really good and we won the championship. But I mean, that was another experience when we got on this team, totally different organization, where the players are definitely more dedicated. the coach is on point, which it was the quarter, my man Scotty,
Hmm.
and we just going out there to play ball, which makes it much easier for, let's say, for everybody who's playing. Because if the dude tells me, "Yo, he runs a play and I got to run an arrow," I'm running my play. I mean, he's gonna know if he's gonna throw me the ball or not. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then, hey, if I get it, I'm playing. Once I get it, I'm trying to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? The first thing is catch the ball, because if you drop the
Yep.
ball, guess what? You drop the ball, you're not gonna be on that field. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah,
you know
man.
what I mean? So I knew that from the beginning. So it was like my focus is like run. Let's run my perfect. Let's try. Me myself personally. I'm gonna run my play as
Hmm.
perfect I can run it. And when the ball comes, I just gotta catch it. I make those 3, 4 yards, whatever it is. If I can go ahead and do my thing, I do my thing. But yeah, that's what it was. It was definitely, to me, it was definitely a cool experience, and definitely seeing, and I ain't gonna talk bad about, let's say, the Sharks, because
Yeah. No. 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 Not at
no,
all.
no, 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 no. I started the Sharks, me, my brother. Then I brought in Coach Dave
Hmm.
Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which it was pretty cool, and it was cool. It was just like the beginning of everything. And like I said, we had all these players that never played, and we had decent players, because a lot of those players that I had from day one,
Hmm.
those kids or those guys now, they play ball. They doing their thing, because I mean, I see them on Facebook. I watch everything. I mean, I just don't have time to be doing things,
Yeah.
because I'm
Exactly.
my job now. I played what for like 10 years, let's say. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Before, you know what I mean? In the whole
Yeah.
league, which I was always out there doing my thing, going to practices, doing, you know what I'm saying? Even when
Yep.
we ran with the Sharks, running practices where you had like 3 or 5 guys show up, which you can't do nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? Not at, and that was one of the problems too, bro. Like,
Hmm.
you don't have the personnel there. Come game time, you have a whole bunch of people there, which, you know what, you still want to put an event, so you suit them up. You suit them up. They start playing the little half-ass games that they know, right? And then they get hit by somebody that knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say you see somebody standing around, you're gonna level them, dude.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, wake up. You know what I'm saying? We playing ball. And nobody likes that. So these guys, because they're grown men too, they'll get fucking hit, and they don't like it, and then that's when the problem will start, because now you want to fight against the kid that just licked your shot. You know what I'm saying? And
And
you ended up,
legally.
you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. So now you want to be mad and try to start a fight. Which that's not cool. That's why at the end of the whole thing, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I ain't dealing with this, dude. I don't got time for this. I want to go and still enjoy my time, and that's why I went to the Toros, and I enjoyed my time. You know what I'm saying? I had
Yeah.
fun with the team. You know what I'm saying? We represented. The time that I was there, I had a great seasons there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna. I had one championships. You know what I'm saying? We had events that we ran. It's
Hmm.
cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't regret. To me, it's been a tight little thing out here in Costa Rica, and from what I see, I guess it's still going on. They just got, I guess, their own little problems still. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which
Exactly.
I don't really want to get too deep into that, because I don't really have the time for it. But I mean, you know what I mean? But it's
The
cool.
pretty much the politics of this country goes like this, and I'm not even excluding myself. Everyone bitches and cries about things, but some of us try to at least make it as even as possible. But a lot of people are just looking out for themselves and just what benefits their team and not the league. That's the
Yeah.
problem that I
Well,
think, right? Like, there's millions of things, and obviously, like, anyone can watch this and be like, he doesn't know shit. Doesn't matter. Like, what I've noticed from the outside, and especially I was I was also in that group when we separated from NTFL. You know what I mean? So I saw what Cody and, like, I'm not trying to call people out, but like what
yeah,
that group was talking about when they were just mad at certain things happening. But I understand what they were saying, and again, I was a part of it, so I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I don't bitch and cry either. Right? Sometimes I do, but usually I'm trying to think of what's best for this league. Like that's what a lot of people don't try to do. They're not thinking about growing the league. They're like, oh no, I just want my team to get better. Or that's why we'll get off this topic. Like what you said, we don't. There's this
No.
is
We
like
can
a
talk.
forever
What's
conversation.
up about,
But like,
with this one right here?
oh, that's huge. But like the person that runs this league needs to like not be on any team. He needs to not
Exactly.
care about anybody because he needs to treat everyone the same. Everyone's got to be the same, and everyone gets the same shit. So then, if they're like, "Oh, why doesn't this team get?" Well, this team's getting the same treatment you're getting. So what can you really complain about? And then like you can move forward and stuff like that. But oh man, it's too much. It's too much, and there's no discipline. Like we were saying, the
What team you
biggest
run?
problem.
I'm sorry, Robert. What team you got the Pumas, right?
I got Pumas right now.
The Pumas, right? And that team went in Alajuela.
Yeah,
And why? And how you get that Puma? How you ended up getting the Puma?
God,
This
listen to
side.
okay. So
My bad for
I was
interrupting you, man.
no
Cause
no no no.
uh,
No, go on.
go ahead,
What?
no, go ahead. My bad for interrupting.
No, what I was gonna say is no. Okay, so when I finished with Saints, it kind of ended like badly. Like it was problems with couple people on there, and then there was problems with other crap, and then some people were getting kicked off, and some people were doing this, and no one was going on. So I was like, look, man, like there's too much drama going on. I don't want to lose any friends over like, you know what I mean? Not important bullshit.
Yeah,
Like this football thing is great, and I love it, and it's the best sport ever. But we are paying to play. So like I'm not gonna lose my friends or like you know what I mean over nothing. So I stopped. Big Dave left for the States, came back. He's like, yo, Pumas. Oh, no, sorry. Before that, I went to a Bulldog practice with my brother because I was actually, the reason I went was to just lose weight. I was just going to do the running and all that and everything. So I go that week, I work out with him, this and that, blah, blah, blah. It was a very cool environment, but it just, also, if I was going to play, it wasn't for me. It just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? The type of culture that they had, which was good. No one treated me bad. No one gave me any screw face. Like, you know what I mean? I walked in and I was welcome, even though I was just Renee's brother, just to come work
yeah.
out. And then they brought me to Pumas, or Big Dave brought me to Pumas. And I did it for like a week. And it felt like old times when people were just coming to play. Like it
Yeah.
was the people from Alajuela at that time, because they were with Perez, there was only 13 guys. But those like 10, 13 guys would show up to practice, which is a crappy practice because that's all we got. But we were at least there. And then like the same way you were talking about Scotty, you find that player that even though he's not as experienced as we were, I was like, yo, this kid balls out. Like I'll play with him. You know what I mean? Like, hey,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if this guy goes out like that, yo, I'll go out with him. Like, let's do it. And then I
Yo,
followed the one guy.
which one you follow? Dale?
No, it was when I came to Pumas. I was actually
Yeah.
with this guy they called him Colocho. He was the middle
Colocho.
linebacker. Yeah, the middle
Okay.
linebacker. And like he goes flying across the field. I was like, shit, if this guy's gonna play like this, even though we're losing every game like
Yeah.
40-0, let's fucking do it then.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
just got, you know what I mean? I got behind him and everything.
yeah.
Then this year happened, and fucking guy, I had 5 quarterbacks at the beginning of this offseason. 5 of them. Now I'm down to I'm playing quarterback.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that already. So
Yeah,
how you?
I'm. Uh,
Let me ask you a question. Is
yeah.
that league going on right now?
No, because
Okay.
of everything that's going on
Oh
right
yeah, yeah.
now,
Okay.
it's just hiatus. It's just
Shutdown.
on shutdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for things to calm down, and then everything should be able to go back up.
And who's in this league? Let's say the Pumas and who else?
That I know of, Pumas, Toros, Perez, and I
Okay.
think Lions are in. I'm not sure what they're doing. I can't say like
But
confirmed
but
100%,
but
but I'm pretty sure there's
but
4 of us.
but isn't the Lions the fucking Disco Danny team? And isn't this is that CFL league?
The CRFL.
CRFL. This is that
Yeah.
league with Disco Danny the
No,
president.
this is not the league. This is not the league anymore. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna be real for a second. I'm gonna be
Nah,
real. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. No,
man.
I'm not, again, no reason to disrespect. Now this is how I see it. To put it sweet and short,
Yeah.
we as a group, right? Like we understand Disco. You got to give credit where credit's due. Last year he kept it afloat. He did his thing. Not
Yeah.
saying shit. But this year, like Walter and the Toros and Perez and all them were talking. We found, because there was only 3 teams at the time, we found a way to do the league for half the price.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So hey, money's a little tight. Like we can't pay as much as he's asking, so why don't we just do it for half the price? And it's the same shit. Like the home team gets their field, the other team just needs to get there, and like they just did certain deals that we can spend half the money instead of staying in CRFL and paying double. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much how a lot of the teams saw it. Like it's nothing bad. It's not like everyone got into a fight with Disco and said, "Nah, man, screw you." But it was like, "Yo, why we don't need to pay this much for a small tournament because it's just a small tournament.
How
Let's just
much?
get."
How much Disco was trying to charge?
I think it was around like 25. Man, we got it to like 15. Dropped to
25.
10.
25,000
25,000.
a
Yeah, man.
person. A
Yeah, a
person.
person.
But what? But 25,000. Let's just say 25 person. This would be what, to be on the team, or for the script. Let's say
The inscription.
Inscription.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, was 25.
What was that given? What was that being given to the teams?
That I don't know. I'm not trying to get into too much politics because I stay out of those meetings, man.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple, and it's literally like 2 hours of everyone just disagreeing with each other. So I'm like, yo, Walter takes care of that, and like he gives me like the gist of what's going on, right? Obviously. So and then and then in my head I put my own twist on it. So he was like, yo, why do we need to pay this much if we can do it for half the price? That's pretty much what it comes down to. Like
Yeah.
if especially if there's only 3, 4 teams, man, and I think we might be down to 3. I think it just might be Lions, Toros, and then us, right? Who knows if Bettis is going to come in? They say they are, but they're trying to recruit, so
Yeah.
then they can fill up the team. So it's for such a small tournament. Why do we need to give so much? It just didn't make sense. You know what I mean? We the same tournament on paper for half the price.
Let me ask you another question.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty's not playing, right?
Nah. I
All
don't think
right.
so. No, when we had our scrimmage, well, he didn't really play scrimmages anyways, but when we had our scrimmage, he just coached. He had his other
Oh,
2
okay.
guys playing quarterback.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, nah, I mean, definitely, man. I mean, I don't know. They should just, you know what? Just make an event. Make an
Yeah.
event. Get. Let's say get all the players in the league, and somehow separate. Make 2 teams. Fuck it. Just make 2 teams, and then make events. Like come watch a football game between the North and the South, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Have events, man. Try to. I don't know. My opinion. Try to.
Well,
Because it.
some inside information for you, or should I say insider trading? What we're trying to do also is join IFAF. So then we have the backing of El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama. You know what I mean? We got
Yeah.
everybody in there too.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, me and Kevin, who's actually coaching and playing with me, we know the president of IFAF. So we're like,
Okay.
hey, what's up, man? I'm actually going to get him on the podcast too. I'm
All
gonna
right.
get him
That's
on
what's
here,
up.
Steve. Yeah, so I
That's
can
what's
actually
up.
talk with him, and he can tell me some of the stuff that he's going on. And he's been trying to help out the Costa Rican league. Like, put it this way, El Salvador, their football program is not as on our level yet, even though we're not at that many years in. They're a lot poorer country than us, that they don't pour in money, but somehow he already has them recognizing football as their main sport, and their teams are practicing in stadiums, not little soccer fields that they're renting,
Yeah.
stadiums. And like,
Well,
you know what I mean?
I remember when I went. I went to El Salvador. I went to your country. Remember, a couple years
Yeah,
back, we went out there. We played that Central American thing,
that's
and
right.
Yeah, I mean, we went out there, and yeah, that if it's the same guy, he does have something going on that
Yeah.
he's been working on with this, which that's really good because I have him in my Facebook where I see all this, Salvadorian league and the way it goes on there. Where I'm like, wow, he got his thing way organized compared
Yeah.
to the way we got going on. He
He's the
makes
one that
us,
got Marshawn there. Marshawn, Marcus Peters. He's the one that got
yeah,
all them there.
yeah, you know what I mean. He he's definitely doing his thing out there,
Yeah.
El Salvador. You know what I mean? And what would be cool too to do is like maybe set up like a Central American tournament. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
set up a Costa Rican team. Set up well, Nicaragua got their team. You know what I'm saying? I played against Nicaragua. I played against Salvador. Salvador got some decent ballers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh, Honduras got some. Honduras. What was the other one that came? It was Nicaragua, El Salvador,
Panama.
Honduras, Panama, Costa Rica.
This is the thing, though. I'll even say your generation of players. You guys were the last Costa Rican team because they're not in the league or whatever it is. I don't know what it is technically what they're in. Because they're out, the only thing we can have is like all star teams.
All Star team.
Yeah, like we're not
This
allowed
is
to have a Costa Rican team anymore. You guys were the last ones.
okay. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
hey, this is what I wanted to ask you actually, because talking
uh,
about your Toro team when they won, did you win championships in the states too? Like with your high school, did you guys go far?
so you know what? Let's say my high school, no, but see what this is what happened when my brother was a senior, right? He was a senior. I was what like two grade back. I was pulled up from let's say from junior from let's say from JV up to varsity,
Hmm.
you know, and that year my brother's year, they won the large school champs, and they were Long Island champs. That they won. It was pretty cool. But yeah, nah, I could say I was on that team, but I never played. The following year, this is what happened. The following year, when I'm going into let's say let's say back into high school, and we going in, and we had that hype that we were the large school champs, and
Hmm.
defending champions, and we went to play a game upstate New York. What was the name of that team? I forgot the name of the team. But we went upstate New York to play against this team from upstate Pine Bush. Pine Bush. The
Uh-huh.
school was Pine Bush. I remember the school. It was Pine Bush. Dude, those were some real. Let's just say, dude, those kids were like over 6 foot and change. You know what I'm saying? These dudes were monster. They hurt the whole team, dog. You looked around the team, everybody was hurt. Everybody was banked the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we got our asses whooped. And that was like, let's say that was like my rookie year going into high school, and the first game, because I still had seniors in front of me. I
Hmm.
still had seniors in front of me, so they had to get their playing time. I couldn't play because I ain't gonna lie, I had like two other seniors where I played like a defensive end, and I had a senior in front of me where he had to get his shine because that was college looking at him. So,
Hmm.
and this other I played another where I had seniors in front of me, which I didn't care. I knew I was going to get my playing time. I still had years come. You know what I mean? I went up younger. Like 10th grade. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So I'm like, I still got my playing time because I played special teams, and and then I got my playing time, and then when the senior got hurt, it was like step up, come play
Yeah.
ball. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. And yeah, you always have your little highlights. I mean, I know I definitely have my highlights.
Yeah.
Where picked up. I remember with a play. I was playing like a linebacker, and I was scraping across. Somehow the running back fullback lost the ball, but I kind of scooped it up. the play was going this way, and I scooped it up, and I was going by myself. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm like, look at this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like where you
Everybody,
don't break stride, you just go.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, somehow the running back, fullback lost the ball. It was in my hands, and here I go. I'm gone. And I mean, I do have speed, so I was cool games. But yeah, nah, man. I mean, like I said, I mean, I have my little here, couple, couple highlights here and there,
Yeah.
where I know that the following year I was definitely gonna be the man. You know what I'm saying? Going into high school, that was my like going in, my senior year. I was busting ass. So yeah,
Mhm.
man, I definitely had a good high school. I thought it was pretty cool, and then like I said, then I played that, because when let's say I graduated high school, everything was good to go. Had the green light from the coach, like, hey, we got schools, and I ain't gonna front. I was nervous, you know what I'm saying. I had my girl, and I had a decent job too that I had found. So
Mhm.
then it was like, once you go play ball and stay active, at the semi-pro team, it was called the Long Island Tomahawks. And I'm
Mhm.
like, Long Island Tomahawk. So so I go check it out. I pull up, I pull up to this field, and I see these grown ass men, dog. I'm like, I'm still coming. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. I'm like, fuck, man. These are big grown men out here playing football. And then I'm coming in like, I mean, I'm in decent shape, but I'm
Yeah.
still, I'm like, holy shit, that's a grown dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I'm like, and these dudes are like they dudes that that tried out for the NFL and just didn't make it, and some
Mhm.
fucking ballers that was out there. And that was a cool fucking experience too. You know what I'm saying? Because going out to that field, same thing. You got to come and earn. Whatever you want to do, you got to earn it. You
Yep.
want to play on the team, you come earn it. So went out there. It was cool. Met everybody. It was one of those player coaches, like you said. The dude was a cool dude. The dude played like a linebacker too. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah. I told him, I'm like, yeah, I play defensive end. I could play defensive end. I could play middle linebacker. I could play fullback. You know what I'm saying? He was like, well, we gotta see all of this. I'm like, cool. So it was cool going, like I said, and then I'm like, I found out. I said, I told him, I said, can I bring a couple of more players that maybe looking to play? And I did. I brought a couple of my. I got talked to a couple of my boys. I brought like what? I brought two. I brought three. I brought my brother. See, I brought my brother and two other friends of mine. My brother early, we all started playing and doing our thing. We got our positions, and
Mhm.
it was a good time. And just you would travel. It was like a traveling team. You know what I'm saying? So you would go to different, you go to Virginia and play. You go like outside of New York. You know what I'm saying? To get your
Mhm.
games going. It was tight, man. And like I said, my brother ended up early. Early got banged out, fucked up his shoulder, so he was done. Yeah, he was done quick. And then I continued playing with my other two boys that they were my teammates from high school. You know what I'm saying? So we had a good time, and then we met other players, man, other teammates that we made the team, and we had a nice team, man. It was pretty
Mhm.
cool, man. Experience, you know what I'm saying? And with that, that's that with that. And
See,
then
for me, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just it's because you were talking about all of this. I had this one question because I remember the one practice that I think it was Max or Gary that convinced you to come to when we were the Saints, and you came just to fuck around. And then
yeah,
I remember seeing because I was like, okay, this play would fuck up any linebacker that doesn't know football. And I saw you do your read step. You saw Pete take the ball. You're like, oh, this is play action, and you just broke that play in like 3 seconds. I was like, this motherfucker. So from there, I always considered you like the Ray Lewis of this country. Like I know Dean balled out, but he was a different linebacker. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
He was very athletic. He would fly to the ball. He goes sideline to sideline. When I was watching you play, you were always reading everything for me. So who would you say you mirrored your game after? Like grow, especially since you're in the '90s, right? You're
Yeah,
growing up in the '80s, '90s, right?
I'll be straight up with you. My thing. Okay, so yeah, always play. I played the middle linebacker, but I
Yeah.
wasn't that big of a kid. It was just that, like you said, maybe that instinct that I would like
Mm-hmm.
that instinct, and I was pretty quick, you know. So, because I remember, I mean, I always played outside linebacker. One, I had my speed, and when I played the outsides, like you said, my thing was, let's say I'm playing like LT Lawrence Taylor. That was my man right here. But when I did play, let's say the middle linebacker spot, which it wasn't all the time, but
No.
I played it, and you know what it is, and this is let's say before this, being a younger of a kid when we were kids, when I was a kid playing out in the neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what it was, man. Let's say I play with my boys in the neighborhood. These my boys, all hell of a players. These kids play like PAL football and stuff like that. I didn't get to play PAL football, for whatever, but still I have my friends that we always, we got this game going on, let's go, let's go play
Mm-hmm.
football. We used to set up straight up 11 on 11, play football, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
And it was like this neighborhood versus this other neighborhood, straight up balling, and it was some hell of a games. We used to play hell of a games, and that was since that like I said, I played and I paid attention to learning the positions, how to play, how to react, and then I
Mm-hmm.
brought that into playing more organized football. And then I put on my weight. When I was coming up, my coach was like, "Yo, you need to get to put on more weight because let's say we're gonna use you at fullback. We're gonna use you as a middle linebacker. You're gonna play some defensive end. The strong side. Which cool. So I put on my weight, and when I had to play, when I came out here, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play middle linebacker because it's easier for these other kids out here to learn just rush. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
I worry about the middle over here because it's a little bit more of a harder position to play or learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it was just like coming out here and let me just play it, let me have fun, and yeah, man, then I started like, just practicing it and just playing it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I played it before, but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, and my thing, middle linebacker was Mike Singletary, man, from the Chicago Bears, man. That
Yeah.
old man, that guy was sick. I used to love watching that dude play. You know what I'm saying? Mike Singletary, and like I said, LT this is my players. Mike Singletary, middle linebacker. Let's say I had LT like at the end, and then I used to love Ronnie Lott, the strong safety. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
a Niner, man. I'm a
You
Niner.
know what I'm saying? So my thing, those was my positions. Let's say middle linebacker or outside linebacker, or I can even guess what, coach? I can even play a little strong safety if you need me to. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I'm not. I mean, I'm not. I can cover somebody. I can cover a tight end real quick. I mean, I can't go all the way downfield, but I can do the first couple stats. You know what I mean? Get me
Yeah.
started, but those are my positions that I do like. Let's say in the offense, and then I mean in the defense, and then in the offense, I was just able to try to play all around because let's just say what I got the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've been
Hmm.
around. I know what it is. So especially out here, even when I went to play with Scotty, man, because Scotty uses me practically a little bit all around,
Yeah.
which I thought it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a lot of time he did throw me the ball, and it was the plays got done, but that was pretty cool. Of go out there, do this. You know what I'm saying? Do that, and like I said,
Yeah.
that main thing with him was with me. It was okay, this dude's gonna throw me the ball. I gotta catch this ball, and then I gotta do whatever the hell I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I can't make
Exactly.
him look bad. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure that ball comes and I'm catching it, and then I'm doing my thing. If I could get 2 or 3 yards, if I could score, I'm doing it. But it is what it is because I mean, especially out here. I mean, it was cool. The league was. I mean, the league been always cool, man. And
Yeah,
you remember there was some really hell of a games that I
yeah.
played. I played hell of a games with the Raptors. That jersey you got on, you got beat. You got beat us a couple of times with the fucking
No,
Sharks. You know what I'm saying? Beat us
it,
good.
that
Beat
could
us
have
with.
been the year after. The year I played, we lost you twice, and the first time we lost you by 3 because Dale didn't want to kick field goal. Like those are these. I'm like I'm not even bullshitting. Those are the 2 games I remember most because the first time I played Bulldogs, the fucking I stood up like an idiot and the guy sat me on my collarbone. Got out of the game. Couldn't go. I couldn't get back in. When I played the Toros, wasn't too many memorable games either. But when we played you guys, because we were almost like 2 teams that were just like, okay, guys, we're gonna come together. Like we were saying, we're not gonna practice that much. The people that are here, we're gonna do our shit. We're gonna put on the pads. We're
uh,
gonna fucking go out there. So like the games that we played, we lost by like 6 and we lost by 3. And I remember just going and going and going back to the having that guy you can follow because it was funny because Leo, the linebacker guy that you were saying, when I
it's
first
cool.
met, yeah, oh, he's amazing. But the first time I
Uh,
met him, I was like, oh, this guy's a dick. Like the first,
yeah. You got the little thick face.
so the first time I met him, I'm like, oh, this guy's a dick. What the hell, blah blah. Blah. And I didn't want to like listen to him. And then like I was like, okay, I can't be that type of player. And then that game, just seeing him die out there, and like he looked like a Gatorade commercial. I saw the sweat just clearing the mud off his face and shit. I was like, okay, I'll follow this guy to hell. Like, all right, let's fucking do it. Like those are the games I remember most. And then like once after when I played with Saints, I would play guard beside Big Dave. I didn't let in a sack though. I didn't let in a sack. I remember that. I remember that was the one thing I was scared of. I'm like, man, if this guy blows past me, I'm like, I don't give. I'll hold him. I'm like, I'll hold him, guy. I don't give a
Uh,
shit.
we had some good games. I remember playing against you guys. Well, with this is what with the Saints. I remember
Uh-huh.
it was Kutimohe where you had Pete playing quarterback.
Yeah,
That kid was great, man. That kid was a you have to definitely watch that kid because he was
yeah.
able to run or throw. You know what I'm saying? So, but I remember, I mean, there was some hell of a games we had against you guys out there. I remember that one night game that we were playing out there, and that fucking kid was just all over the field. I'm like,
That was the one game I beat Scott. The one game that I beat him, and he was so mad at me. Like you know Scotty, man. He
yeah.
is the coolest guy ever. But on
Yeah.
that field, he's all about competition.
Oh yeah. He's
Like he's
definitely.
all about it. And I just remember playing him, and then when I was like, "Hey, great game," he shook my hand. He's like, "Enjoy it," like saying like this is the only time it's gonna happen. I was like, "This guy."
Man, that shit
But
is great.
also, a lot of you guys didn't show up that game
What
because we
game
were
was
the
this?
Rhinos. Because we were Rhinos, and they're like, I already know what happened. You guys are like, he was probably like, yeah, go to the beach, relax, we'll take care of this. And then somehow we actually won that game, man. Like it was crazy. I cried that game when I couldn't even believe it. I was like, holy shit. So growing up in the 90s, I had to do my research as well, so I had to look on your Facebook. You
Yeah.
listen to everything that my brother showed me: Smith and Wesson, Wu Tang, Group Home, Souls of Mid, like everything from those 90s. What is your like hype music? Who do you turn to when with hip hop when you really want to get pumped up?
I like my hip hop would be Rap Man.
Oh,
Rap
that's
Man.
huge.
Rap Man.
That's
Yeah, Rap
huge.
Man.
Time
Rap
for some
Man.
action, son.
Yeah, time for some action. Yeah. He's definitely my favorite. I mean, there's other ones there, I mean, but I do
Yeah.
like Rap Man. Rap is one of my favorites, and he's great. I mean, Mike Tyson came out the Rap Man.
Yep.
Time for some action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which that's a nice little hype song. But no, I like there's other songs out there that. But honestly, I mean, Rap Man. Um, I'm not too much, with sitting there and putting on my, let's say my earplugs and
Hmm.
get amped up for a game. I mean, well, let's just say out here, how can I say? I didn't have that time. So I had to do other little things, make sure things was getting like organized, players
Yeah.
was getting uniformed. So I didn't really have the time to really sit there and I mean, but I mean, you get hype your own ways anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, so. But I mean, yeah, one of my favorites would be Redman, and I mean, I do have some other ones that just don't come to the top of my head, you know, to say, you know, give you names and names of songs.
So being a '90s, like a '90s kid, well, growing up like with that hip hop, can you listen to new hip hop? Because I sure can. My brother can find people that he likes, but I've tried, man, and I have to agree with. I saw Snoop Dogg do a quick video. He's like, "Why does everyone just have the same cadence now? Everyone's just da 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 da."
Yeah,
Like it's always the same cadence, man. Like
yeah.
I can't. It's just
No,
there's no thought to the lyrics. There's no, and I know music needs to evolve and everything can't stay the same. And obviously, the people that listen to '80s hip hop say it about '90s hip hop that it's crap because of this and this. But I've tried, man. I've tried listening to this trap music and like other people. It just it just sucks, man. For me, it
yeah,
just
man. No,
sucks.
you're 100% right, man. Because I tell you, me, no, I only listen to the '90s
Yeah.
music. You know, I don't even bother trying to listen to some new music. You know, I got my sons. My sons listen to that to some today's music, and they sing. And my son is into my oldest son. He's out in New York, and he's into like trying to do promoting and doing parties over here. And he has people. He has these new young kids that sing or rap. Where I'm just like, you know what, you do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, I don't listen to it, I mean, even my older brother goes once in a while. No, 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 no. He goes, there's some music that's kind of all right. I'm like, nah, dude. Just like I said, maybe I'm just selfish. I just don't want to give it a shot. I'm listening to my music and my music only. Once in
Yep.
a while, I go in there, but yeah, nah. I mean, that Cole kid, even Cole,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, he's one of the younger dudes, but
All right. And yeah, all right. We cool. Sorry about that.
I
Okay,
no,
so
no, it's all good.
J. Cole, I like J. Cole, man, and I got into him and I got into Kendrick Lamar as well, but that's as far as I go.
Yeah, you know what? And honestly, like, I don't even listen to those dudes. I just like hear it like once in a while. My brother's like, no, it's pretty good, and I'm like, whatever, man. I mean, but like I said, I don't know. Maybe just because I'm just used to my the '90s music
Yeah.
and that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't get tired of listening to, let's say, the '90s music. Sometimes I'm like, now these people must say, let's say, my neighborhood, this dude is boring. He plays the same shit all the time. You know what? It is what it is, dude. That's what I listen to, and that's what it is. And then you got your little. I got my neighbor across the street, he plays all that new shit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I listen to his music. Like what's that Bad Bunny dude? He plays that Bad
Oh,
Bunny shit all the time. You know what I'm saying?
man.
Well, I'm like, yo, but like he rocks his music. He rocks a little young music and all that shit. Like I
Mhm.
said, but hey, it is what they probably say. Hey, this dude just plays that same. I guess
That's
I don't
man.
know. I'm pretty sure they never ever heard my music. I was rocking some Nas just before. I was rocking some Nas, represent, represent, and I'm like, I know these motherfucking neighbors never heard this shit before. You know what I mean? But
Never.
you know what I mean. But I mean, I rock my old school music. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get
I
tired of
love
it.
it.
You know what I mean?
Neither do I, man. Like, not at all, man. Like, not at all. Now, what I did want to, now that I got all my football, I got millions of football questions for you.
Yeah,
But what
yeah.
I did want to also move on to is, how many kids you got?
I got two boys. I got two
You got
boys,
boy?
which yeah, two boys. My oldest one is 24 years old, which his name is also Charlton. His name is Charlton Corey. I call him Corey. And then
Mhm.
my younger one is Justin. Justin is he's my youngest. He's 22 years old. So I got
Wow.
yeah. Corey's about to turn 25 in May. May 1st, he turns 25 years old.
Holy
Justin
shit.
Justin just turned 22, and like I said, I mean Corey had a good good little. He played college ball out there in the states.
Mhm.
He did his thing, and now he's he graduated college. Thank God he graduated college. He's doing his thing now. Now he's doing he's like I said. I mean, my brother Gary. You remember Gary, right? My brother
Mhm.
Gary works. He works with he's into the music. He's into the music industry. He works with EP&D, and he works with Eric Sermon,
What?
and yeah. So he got my son out there, and my son, he hangs out with, let's say, with his uncle, and now my son and his friends started doing little promoting, doing clubs, doing shows, which I asked my son. I said, "Yo, you doing your thing, right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing my thing, Dad," and I'm like, "All right, man. What can I do? Do your thing. He's a young kid, And then my little one, he's finishing up. He's finishing up. Matter of fact, with this virus going on, he's finishing up some of his classes, online classes, so
Mhm.
he's supposed to graduate. He goes to Long Island University, LIU.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he's about to graduate, and he's about to be a nurse. He became a, yeah,
Damn.
he became a nurse because with that too, because my son, he got a scholarship to go to that school running track. He runs track, right? So, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? So, at the beginning, he's like, hey, Dad, I'm be a nurse. I'm like, a nurse? I'm like, nurse? Yeah, I'm like, nurse? He's like, yeah, Dad. I'm like, what do you mean, Justin? He's like, no, Dad, they broke it down to me. He's like, nah, man, there's a lot of people that don't want to work with the
Yeah,
elderly
really.
people,
Yeah.
the elderly people, and there's a lot. Let's say there's a lot of work. There's a lot of work in that field. So he did his little research, and he said, it's not that bad, and he kind of likes it, and he's into it. So that's why he decided he's about to do his thing, I guess. So he's about to graduate soon. So then he can go get do his thing, a nurse. Either go get a job at a hospital, or he go get a job at one of those elderly homes. And
Yeah.
you see that you see that more in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? The elderly homes.
Uh-huh.
So he'll get a job. He'll do his thing, and then we'll see what's up. You know what I mean?
See, I'm still new to this new dad game. I only got 6 years in the game right now. Well,
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on 7, and
yeah, definitely, man.
uh-huh.
No. I've been watching. I've been watching you since before you even had the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, trust me. I see your little man growing and getting bigger. You know what I'm saying? Which is
Right.
it's beautiful, man. It's good
Thanks,
for
man.
you
I
and your
appreciate
family.
that. But being as cool as he is, man, do they get on your nerves. Like, I swear, you don't appreciate your parents until you have one for yourself and you see what they had to fucking go through. Even if they're like,
Correct.
oh, you were calm or whatever, you appreciate it more. You kind of realize, like, holy crap, you didn't have to do this, but you do. Or you did it. You know what I mean? Like, I still have plenty of moments and everything that's going to come by, but something question I am gonna make regular on my podcast, especially to like the dads and stuff. What are the biggest joys and accomplishments you've had with your sons? Like, not saying like, oh, like it's great that he's gonna be a nurse, he graduate, but like, what are the little things for you that you were just like, man, this was perfect for me. Like, this was like my memory of my son. Whenever I think about him, like this, what puts the smile on my face.
Well, I got a couple of. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, I'm glad I had a couple of good memories. Let's say with, for example, with Corey, my elder kid.
Uh-huh.
Well, both of them, it was cool because, let's say, from age 5, it was like little football. They played PL football, and just watching my little man, you know, get that little character. He wanted to be a little tough kid playing football, making his plays and doing plays. I mean, I was one of his coaches. I had my brother there coaching too. I mean, it's just crazy because I'm coaching my little, let's say my little baby son. He's like 6 years old. He started playing when he was 5, 6 years old,
Mhm.
where he had his little attitudes, and it was weird. I mean, the memories that I got, like you said, that I'm like, well, this is some really cool memories, that seeing his little character, and I mean, the I guess the pressure he must have felt when he used to see me out there in that sideline. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess when we were at home, and like I said, since he was a baby, I used to be like just drilling football into him. You know what I'm saying? When he started playing, like I said, watching him do this and do that, it was like, and I'm like, that's one of my, let's say, one of my memories where I'm like, okay, I love that because I saw my little man, do his little thing, playing
Yeah.
sports, and just watch his whole little, let's say, little pee wee football to the little going of, making it to getting his scholarship. Because my son went from, let's say, playing pee wee football and doing a little thing, got a scholarship to go play out of, say, this Xavier, this preparatory, this preparatory school. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he got a nice little scholarship. He did his 4 years, let's say, of high school at that school, and then ended up going to college. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, watch those first early moments, where I'm like, I
Yeah.
remember, this the little man, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with my little man Justin. My little man Justin kind of was a little, it was weird because it was like kind of the opposite, we get to the football field, he didn't want to like be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, yo, what? You know what I mean? Like, it was just hell. You know what I'm saying? Crazy time. Well, one, it was like a good thing. It was really nice. Let's say nice, beautiful picture. With the other one, we'll go to that field. It was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? It was just hell. Like, I'm like, wow. But with my little man, Justin. Must remember, I got two sons. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a lot of little good memories with them. Even when they were out here in Costa Rica, and it's totally different than New York. You know what I'm saying? So we used to do little things, little adventures that it was like mind blowing for them. You know what I'm saying? But cool to watch them go through little experiences. And my experience is being with them and sharing. You know what I'm saying? Which
Mm.
which is cool. Like, I mean, it is. I don't. It's been great.
Yeah.
So far, so good. You know what I
That
mean?
that
They
that's great,
they
man.
yeah, they're doing their thing, and I really can't complain. And you know what I'm saying? And
Couple
then
times you've lost your cool.
oh yeah, you know how it is, man. I mean, but yeah, of course I'm gonna lose my cool. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, they're gonna always do something to, for you to lose your cool.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? And then that one with me was more was kind of Justin. Justin was more
Yeah.
like doing little things to, he'll climb up on the gate, and I'm like, yo, dude, you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, but the other one was more laid back, cool, because I don't know, maybe he just knew better. You know what I'm saying? My little one was more like, let me see, if I could drive my dad crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just doing all crazy shit. But nah, besides that, everything with good. I had, in life, great experience so far. Right
Mhm.
now, just going through this experience now because, I mean, they were trying to come out here. You know what I'm saying? To hang out and vacation, but I mean, this whole virus thing happened, so they can't come out to Costa Rica. So we got to see until when this is gonna clear up, and
Pretty
see what's
much,
up.
man.
You know what I mean?
So you saw Georgia's gonna open up soon, so they're gonna open up all the little barbershops and
Yeah.
nail salons and shit as like a test run. And
Yeah.
supposedly some airlines are gonna come back next month too, because if not, they're gonna be broke. It's pretty crazy how the world just kind of stopped. It was almost like the real Thanos snap. Like, you know what I mean? From fucking Marvel that actually happened, because it like you hear about the shit that's happening. Like what was it? There was dolphins in Italy because there's no more gas in the canals and stuff, so they were going through the canals. There's sharks now going on the shores of Mexico and stuff because there's no more people. so they can go
Exactly.
in there and start doing everything again. Like there was some species that thought they were extinct that came back out. Like it's crazy.
No, and that's that. All of that. That I think that's really cool in the world that's happening. You know,
Yeah,
all these animals coming now, and I think that's cool when you start thinking about it because it's like, okay, no, that is cool, man. You know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? That even like let's say in China, the pollution, all that air pollution and all that shit. With all those factories being run. I
Yeah,
mean, we we can definitely need. We definitely need like one of these shutdowns to happen. Let's say more often, man. I mean, it sucks, but if it's gonna help the let's say the earth and
yeah.
everything, the humans, we should do it. I mean, because it was pretty cool seeing the clips that they pulled out with different animals. Here at the beach, you get leopards that come out.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool. I'm like, I think this is pretty cool. I mean, too bad that I guess sooner or later we got to go back to everybody
Yeah.
back out. You know what I'm saying? And then they're
The
gonna go back into hide.
the funniest thing I heard was Thailand. The monkeys were attacking people because the tourists weren't giving them food anymore.
Yeah, well, out there you can see that there
Like
ain't
it's
no
crazy.
tourism.
Yeah, right. It's super crazy. But yo, Shark man, it was an absolute pleasure. I appreciate this so much for reals, man. Like I wrote to you in the message, like yo, I couldn't believe the responses I actually got from start because I started this just because of this whole virus shit. I'm like, man, I've been wanting to
Yeah.
do this for like a year. And now that I finally have the chance, I got it. Man, I appreciate you so much, man.
It's been a
Real.
pleasure, man. Anytime, I'm down. So what? How does this work? I mean, what do you show this or what? How does it work for you? Let's say
Pretty
you having
much
your problem.
I just got my producer guy who helps me
Okay.
out. So right when we finish this, I send it to him. From there, we cut it together. If anything, I can get it to you actually by tonight, and if not by tomorrow morning, I'll have it ready, man.
Cool, man. I mean, I want to see it. I mean, I think it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, definitely cool. I definitely want to be back, man. You let me
Oh,
know. You can definitely do
for
another one.
sure,
You should
for
try to.
sure, man.
You should try to get like a couple of. Can you get like more heads? Like let's say like more heads
Yeah,
being involved.
yeah, I can.
Yeah. How many heads? Like what? 4 or 5? No,
Around
I
four or
think.
five, we'd have to go to Zoom though. We got to change the application. We got to go to
Ah,
Zoom. We can all get in there and talk a little Costa Rican football or anything, man. Even talk business.
no, that shit's cool though. Yeah, no, no, yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's definitely cool. What you working at right now?
I'm with Ray.
Ray. What? Oh, Ray from which Ray? Little
Ray,
Ray?
yeah,
Oh yeah. Okay, that's what's up. But he's not in.
yeah.
He's in New Jersey.
No, no, no. He's here, man.
Okay. That's what's up. Tell him I said
Yeah,
what's up, man.
I will for sure, man.
Tell him I
I'm gonna
said.
send this to him, so he'll watch it. Don't worry.
Hey, hey, I got stories for Ray too. This is Ray that played for the Bulldogs, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He definitely got stories with me, dog. You know what I'm saying? How you got Ray's my boy, though. Ray's my boy. He definitely
Yeah.
does. He's
Oh yeah, and
definitely cool.
with art, so we got to get us all together.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah, no, man. It's definitely a pleasure, man. And hey, I hope hey, you can do successful in your little cop. What is it?
Um,
What's the name of it?
it's all about you.
All about you. Okay.
Yeah,
And what do
because
I what do
I'm
and
getting
what
to
is
know
it?
all my friends a little better.
That's what's up. Hey, then what do I see that in? Let's say YouTube
Yeah,
when it's
man.
finally done.
I'll send you the link. I'll send you everything right now.
Cool, my brother. You be safe, and
All
it's
right,
been
bro.
like I said. Say what's up to all the boys, and
I
hey, you
will.
want to do a little clip with everybody in it? I'm definitely
We
down.
will. No, we will for
I,
sure.
I got a
For
whole bunch
sure,
of
we're gonna
stories.
do that
I
now.
got stories for everybody. Tell Ray, tell Ray much love. Okay,
I will, man. Hey, thank you
he's my
again, man.
brother.
Appreciate it. All
One,
right,
say what's up to your brother, man.
I will for
All
sure, man.
right, later,
All right,
bro.
Sean.
One.